Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome to today's live stream. Okay, so as you know, that today's stream is on the topic how to master the art of problem solving using the power within or using your inner strength. So, let's dive right into this topic. So, first of all, let's understand what is a problem. And a problem is anything that you don't know the solution of right now. So when I say right now, please underline this word, because a problem is something that you don't know the solution of right now. It doesn't mean that it does not have a solution. It's just that you don't know the solution of it at the present moment. But the solution very much exists, right? So when we can broadly categorize problems which we face in lives in three categories. They can be related to your health, or to your wealth, or to your relationships. And today we are going to focus on the problems related with your relationships. So when we talk of relationship problems, so many times when I am having a one-to-one consultation with women, I see that 99% of the people, whenever they encounter a problem or a challenging situation, they tend to expand it or make it bigger. Many ladies come to me and say that, ma'am, 15 years back, my mother-in-law said this to me, or 10 years back, my husband did this to me, and I'm feeling very hurt because of it. And I always say that, okay, whatever happened 15 years back, or say 10 years back, was like a dot in the canvas of your life. So let's do a small activity. What I want you all to do is take a piece of paper, right? Take a piece of paper and make a small dot in the center of it, right? Make a small dot, a teeny mini small dot. Okay, I've got a paper too, and I made a dot on it. See, that's my dot. It's not visible. Okay, this is my dot, right? Now, likewise, I want you all to make a dot on a piece of paper, right? Now, what you do is you keep on focusing on the dot, keep looking at it, okay? And as you're looking, keep on tracing on the dot. Keep on tracing on the dot. As you're looking, keep on tracing on the dot, keep on tracing on the dot, keep on tracing on the dot. Now see how big it has become. And the same thing happens in our lives with problems also. What came to you as a small, little, teeny, mini dot in the canvas of your life, when you focused so much on it, you made it expand, right? So what we need to do is, we need to contain the problem. We must try to contain the problem whenever a problem or something like this or a challenging situation appears, right? So when these ladies, they tell me that, ma'am, this happened 15 years back, my mother-in-law said this to me, I tell them that, okay, 15 years back your mother-in-law said this to you, but what are you doing to yourself now? Those hurtful words which she said at that time, they were like you were stabbed with a knife in your heart, right? But after that, what are you doing? You're pressing that knife harder and harder and harder with each passing day, as you are reliving those moments in your mind. This happened, and you're pressing it harder and you're pressing it harder, and then you wonder that, why am I still feeling hurt? Why is there so much of pain in my heart? So what you need to do is, whenever you encounter a problem or a challenging situation, contain it. First in your mind, and then the same will follow in your reality as well. Okay, so there's a saying which goes like this, that whenever you encounter a problem or whenever you have a problem, don't try to solve it. Okay, don't solve a problem, rather try to evolve. Okay, don't solve a problem, rather try to evolve. Right, so that is one thing which we need to remember whenever we encounter any kind of a problem in our life. Right, so now let's move on to the second part of it, that is what to do or how to master the art of problem solving using the power which is within us, which is available to each one of us. And what is this inner power or inner strength that I'm talking about? Any guesses? Okay, so this inner power or inner strength is what sets a high achiever apart from a low achiever. Right, we all have the same body. We all have two hands, two legs, one brain, one heart, same kind of body, but still we notice that there are some people who achieve more than the others. Right, so what is their secret? Their secret is their inner strength or the inner power, the power which is inside of them. Right, so now the question arises that how can we build up on this inner strength or this inner power which is available to each one of us. Right, now this inner power or inner strength can be put in simple terms as your resilience or your confidence. Right, and what is that? It is the belief in your ability that you can do something. When you have confidence in your ability, right, that is your inner strength. So whenever you encounter a problem or a situation, you have to believe that okay, I can solve this problem. It's a small problem and I can solve it. Right, now many a times what happens is people, they come and tell me that I am not a confident person. And your confidence is directly proportional to your inner strength. Right, so when they come and tell me that ma'am, I'm a low confidence person or I'm not confident, right, so this is actually a false statement. It's not true, because confidence is not related with your identity, rather confidence is related with a situation. So let me prove it to you. Okay, now most of you ladies, if I ask you that can you make 1 cup of tea, and you all will say that yes, of course we can make 1 cup of tea. If I ask you can you make 5 cups of tea, and you will say that yes, we can make 5 cups of tea. If I say can you make 20 cups of tea, you will say that yes, we can make 20 cups of tea too. So you're very confident when it comes to making tea. Right, now if I tell you that okay, you have to go in the next 20 minutes and address a gathering of 50,000 people in a stadium, and the topic will be given to you on the spot. So how many of you will be game for it? Most of you will say that no, as long as it was up to the tea or coffee, it was okay. But when it comes to addressing lots of people in a stadium, nare, we can't do that. Right, so here we see that confidence is not something which is related with your identity, rather it is something related with a situation. Yes, so all of you would agree with me now that confidence is related with situations. So many a times, so many mothers come to me and say that ma'am, my child is underconfident or he lacks confidence. And I tell them that okay, just watch your child play Roblox or Minecraft, and you will see the confidence which your child has, right? So confidence is not something which is related to identity, it is something related with situations, right? It is your belief that I can do it. Okay, so rather what we do is, whenever we are saying something like I'm not confident, I'm underconfident, or we are negatively self-labeling ourselves. It's a negative self-label which we are putting to ourselves, and when we are repeating it over and over and over again, it kickstarts a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Now, what is a self-fulfilling prophecy? A self-fulfilling prophecy is something that we keep repeating to ourselves. We keep saying it over and over again, and soon we start seeing evidence of it in our real life. Okay, so that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. And the same becomes true in terms of problems also. If you're saying that I have a big problem, right, your brain, which is like a computer, will show you evidence of your problem being big. And if you contain your problem and say that okay, it's a small problem, your brain will show you evidence for the same, right? So the same way, um, instead of putting a negative self label on ourselves, right, which kickstarts a self-fulfilling prophecy, we must always talk positively about ourselves. Because every part of our being believes whatever we say to it, right? Whatever we say to it about ourselves, and especially if it's a negative thing, it believes all the more, right? So if you're saying that I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not beautiful enough, मैं तो हूँ ही ऐसी, मुझसे तो कोई काम नहीं होता, मैं तो बिल्कुल बेकार हूँ, right? Though I'm not any of it, I'm just giving you an example, right? So your being, every part of your being starts believing it. No, and every cell of your body has memory of its own. So these kind of negative self-labels, self-talk gets stored in your body. It gets stored in your brain, in your body cells as dis-ease, and that is how diseases manifest, right? So most of our health problems are a result of some kind of thoughts that we thought of, which resulted in some kind of emotions, right? And those emotions resulted in dis-ease in our body, and which manifested as a disease, right? So here I would like to give you a book recommendation. There's this beautiful book, You Can Heal Your Life. You Can Heal Your Life, and it's by I am forgetting the name of the author, but you can check this out on Google. There's this book, You Can Heal Your Life, in which the writer, she talks about how, the different disease, it manifests in the form of different diseases in the body. So what is the disease associated with, say, thyroid, or with heart problems, or with diabetes? Okay, she has given it in the form of a list, so you can read that. And that is how health problems occur, right? So it is very important, very, very, very important, that what are we repeating to ourselves? What kind of self-talk or labels are we putting on ourselves, right? Another thing is that, the two most important words in the world are I am. I am. And whatever you put after the I am, make sure it is very empowering and not disempowering, right? Because most of the time, whatever you attach after the I am results in either your confidence going high up or a leakage in your confidence. And as I told you earlier, your confidence is directly proportional to your inner strength, right? Your inner power. So when you say anything like which is demeaning, you are actually causing a leakage of your inner strength or your inner power, right? So it's very important whatever you attach after I am. Now, many a times what happens is, whenever you encounter a problem, sometimes women say that I can't do it, I just don't know how to solve this problem. It's a big problem which has come into my life and I don't know how to figure it out, right? So for that, I would like to tell you that everything in this world is figure outable. Everything in this world is figure outable. And there's a book also with the same title. It's written by Mary Folio, where she talks of the same thing, that everything is figure outable. In today's day and age where we have Google, we have ChatGPT, and this is the age of coaches, you can find help so easily. It's a sin to believe and to say that I don't know the solution to this problem, I can't do it. All you need to do is find a person who has been in a similar situation and take help from that person, right? A person who has been in the same situation and who came out of it, and that person would be more than happy to help you. There are so many coaches available in the world these days who can help you with any sort of relationship problem, health problem, any other problem, right? So don't say to yourself that I don't know, right? And this mostly happens with people who have a low self-esteem. Low self-esteem is again associated with low inner strength, or low inner power, right? So what happens is, people with low self-esteem, they are always belittling them. They are always downplaying themselves, right? And to the extent that they don't know even how to receive a compliment. If a compliment comes their way, they would either gift wrap the compliment and send it back to the sender, right? Like I used to do it. Whenever I used to receive a compliment, I would say same to you. Somebody would say that you're looking very nice today, I would say same to you. So what I did, gift wrap the compliment and send it back to the sender, right? So this is how people, they would either start praising the person who's praising them, okay, or they will change the topic altogether, right? Or they will start negating it. What, कहाँ प्यारी लग रही हूँ, इतना तो weight gain कर लिया मैंने, I have gained so much of weight, where do you think I'm looking nice? Somebody would say that, how you're so amazing, how do you manage home and your work and everything? Oh, what, you don't know anything, come and see my house, what condition my house is in, right? So this is something which commonly happens with people who have a low self-esteem, right? Now it is very important that you work on your self-esteem, your confidence, if you want to have higher inner power or inner strength, right? So what do you need to do? Every time you have a win, right, you celebrate it, pat your own back, okay? It can be a small thing, a small silly thing, like you helped your child revise for the final exam, okay? So pat your back and say, wow, what an amazing mother I am, I helped my child to revise for her final exam, right? Or if you prepare a wonderful breakfast for your family, just go on a praising spree, saying that, wow, I'm such an amazing and excellent cook, I make the most amazing aloo ka parathas in the world, right? Take every opportunity to praise yourself. That is how you build on your self-esteem. Whereas on the contrary, we find that whenever something nice happens in our life, we would party for it for just one day. We will talk about it just for one day. But if there is a problem, we don't let the problem go anywhere, right? We tell, oh problem, where are you going? Come sit next to me. I need to discuss you more. You cannot go. I need to talk about you to my bestie. I need to talk about you. I need to discuss you with my neighbors, with my mommy, with my sisters. You can't go as of now. You have to stay here, right? So this is something which we should never do. Try to contain it. And whenever you're talking to your own self, praise yourself, appreciate your own being, right? Because whatever you appreciate appreciates, and whatever you resist persists. So it is very important that you appreciate your own being first of all, right? And be kind to yourself. This is again something which I always say, be kind to your own self, because the people who are kinder to themselves are also kind to the people who are around them. Whenever you have a very big should list, that is when you face most of the relationship problems. you know so many ladies, they come and tell me that, oh, this is how my husband is. He did not buy me a Valentine's Day gift. I had to buy my own rose. I have to do this. My husband doesn't do this for me, or my mother-in-law said this to me, right? So I always tell them that, okay, fine, but before you look at that person as your husband, look at him as a human first. Is he a human? Is your mother-in-law a human first? And we all make mistakes. None of us is perfect. Neither are you perfect, nor am I perfect. So how can you expect that person to be perfect? It's human. It's human to err. And in fact, it is abnormal if we expect the other person to be perfect. Because हम में से कोई भी दूध का धुला नहीं है, right? We all have our flaws. So when it comes to the other person, say if it is your husband, you will say 100 things. मेरे husband ने ये नहीं किया, my husband did not do this, my mother-in-law does this to me, right? So I always say that before you look at the relationship, focus on the person first, the human first. Be a human first yourself and then play the role, right? Be the human first and then play the role. Be a human first and then be a mother, then be a wife, then be whatever. And the same way, let the people around you also be a human first, and then look at them at the role that they are playing. That is very important, right? And whenever you face a problem, very important, stop solving, start evolving, right? And you will notice that all of these little relationship problems or other problems, you will just breeze through them. You will find it very easy to tackle with these approaches. So all the best with your relationships, and I hope I have been able to add some value to you regarding the topic of mastering the art of problem solving. Today we focused on problems related with relationships. In the next stream, we are going to talk about other problems which we normally encounter in life, like problems related to health or wealth, right? So see you next week. Have a wonderful weekend and have a wonderful week. And next week, please come with your cup of chai or coffee so you can have your chai or coffee with me. So all you lovely ladies, see you. Bye-bye. It was wonderful interacting with you. See you all next week.